Good morning, listener, and welcome to our exclusive audience participatory program, Executive Brief. Executive Brief brings you outcomes from the weekly state meetings presided over by the state governor, Dr. Alesoti, as well as key updates on his administration. Comes up every Tuesday on PCA 88.1 FM Omaya at past 11 o'clock in the morning, while it broadcasts on Flow 94.9 FM Omaya and Yield 99.1 FM Aba. As usual, to discuss with us this morning is the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Abia State, Prince Oke Kanu. Welcome, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you, Francis. Good morning, listeners.
And my colleague, Naomi Dika, will join me in today's program. Welcome, Naomi.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, listeners.
I remain yours, Francis Mubani, saying stay tuned. Stay with us as we unbundle today's package. All right, Honorable Commissioner, straight from the SWP yesterday, the state government says that it has, between January this year to date, released the sum of 1.2 billion naira in support of 81 vulnerable groups covering life-saving medical interventions. Honorable Commissioner, what is this all about? What is happening?
Thank you, Francis. The question you just asked, the compassionate disposition of governance in our state today, as exemplified by the finance style of His Excellency Dr. Alesoti, through the State Ministry of Poverty Alleviation and Social Protection. The state government has been reaching out to the vulnerable people in the state, and there are so many vulnerable groups in the state. And like you just mentioned, between January and to date, the state government has disbursed about 1.2 billion naira to these vulnerable groups, and this ranges from life-saving medical bills to housing support for persons living with disabilities, to those who are victims of one fire incident or the other, some natural disaster. So once these things happen, the ministry has a way of reaching out to victims and finding out what exactly has happened to them. And those who have genuine needs to be fulfilled, or those who need to be assisted will be identified, and recommendations will be made to the state government. And over time, if those claims are found to be credible, those people, some form of assistance will be extended to them. So it comes in various forms. Could be some indigent student somewhere who is lucky, has not been able to pay fees, assuming the person is at the tertiary level, or maybe somebody who is very ill, who is undergoing dialysis and needs some planter. So they come in different forms. Some indigent widow in some far-flung community in the States who suddenly becomes homeless. There's always a way to reach out to people and ensure that hope is restored to them. The State Ministry of of poverty alleviation and social protection has been able to, fulfill this function very well over time. Before now, we don't get to speak too much about this, but they say sometimes if you don't blow your, is it your horn or
Yeah, trumpet.
your trumpet? So we decided to let people know that the other aspects of governance are very important. It's not just about the brick and mortar things in government, building one school or one road or the other. There are things that you need to do that touches the lives, of the citizens, and this happens to be what this issue is all about. Attending to the needs of the people. But some of these people come to think of it. They don't need any schools. They don't need any roads. All they need is just survival to stay alive. And that's what this excellence has been doing. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been seeing, especially on Facebook, thank you messages keep coming. I mean, the person that's wondering what's happening. A good one. I don't know about that to you.
All right, yeah, we are still talking about the humanitarian activities of His Excellency. All right, so I would like to ask, because we've gathered the 2026 Widows Day is being commemorated in the state today with the theme Justice, Dignity, and Economic Power for Widows. So, Honorable Commissioner, where is
Something that is celebrated worldwide. Um, this year's theme, like you said, is Justice for Widows. The to vulnerable widows, strengthen household resilience, promote dignity amongst inclusion and economic participation while advancing the state's social protection objectives. This transaction will provide an opportunity for the wife of the governor to extend some special grants to women, and about 600 million widows across the state will benefit from and the idea is to ensure that widows who the mantle of running their families, once they lose their husbands, are supported to keep their families going, even when their husbands are gone. So it's an important program that touches lives, and this year's version will not be any different. Thank you.
All right, Honorable Commissioner, it really seems to be a week of social events because it was also mentioned that tomorrow the state will be part of the World Elder Abuse Awareness Day with the teens awareness making elder abuse prevention work. What is happening? I this event on social media. I think it's on to play where a next and elderly. It seems like the state is taking something serious.
Yeah. Like I did say, governance is not all about the brick and mortar aspects of governance, bridges, roads, and all that, right? It has to do with human dignity, and that is the dignity of you find out that we have some vulnerable people. The elderly people are vulnerable, and once a lot of them grow old, help stops, depending on their family background, of course. A lot of assistance don't come their way. So this to the farm to go and fetch firewood or something. They say, see them with their bent backs walking. You wouldn't see there'll be young people around. Think it's worried to help them and all that. And this thing is saying no. We have to realize the fact that these guys are grown old and they deserve some form of assistance. So the World Elders Abuse Awareness Day is to ensure that, like you did say, even in hospitals, nurses do abuse them. You see, in terms of culture, our culture is different from what was in the Western part of the world. In the Western world, you have homes where you have elders. The way they live their lives, Once their children get up to a certain level, they move on. So what happens to the parents, the man or the woman when they grow old is entirely their business. Except they have children who are a bit homely. What they do is they come back and take their parents to a home, keep them there, and pay bills for them. They'll be there until they die. Now, as such, so many things happen. So you have caregivers. That's what that's called overseas. You have caregivers who abuse them in one form or the other because they're almost helpless. But in our culture, it's a little bit different. The difference is that it's an aberration, so to speak, to see somebody take his parents to some place to go and keep them. So you're forced to provide for them at home. But this state government is saying, okay, this is not something we leave for families alone. Let's step in and see how we can help. So when the state government passed a senior citizens, law, it was not for nothing. It's the fact that this state government thinks very, highly about people who are old, and the fact that they deserve some form of, assistance or the other. So that is what that one speaks to. So the celebration will go tomorrow at the same venue as today's event, the Jack building.
All right, the question I have is based on the fact that the Anchedo Sexual Assault Referral Center says that it has recorded 11 cases of sexual and gender-based violence between the month of July and August this year. Honorable Commissioner, how is the center and the state handling these issues?
Well, they're handling these issues very seriously. The Anchedo Sexual Assault Referral Center was intentionally put together by the wife of the governor, His Excellency, and they're doing a great job there. And what are they doing? They're ensuring that those who commit what's it called? Gender-based violence or sexual and gender-based violence don't go free. We have a lot of people who hardly speak out when they're abused. But this center is encouraging them to speak up anytime they're abused. And this center is telling people with such deviant behavior that they can't go scot-free. If you abuse any person sexually, use violence against the female gender, you won't go scot-free. The long arms of the law will catch up at you, and you'll be prosecuted. And it's just to ensure that we maintain some level of order in society. The people who were recently rounded up have been prosecuted, and that is to act as a deterrent to other people with such deviant behavior. You keep hearing of such, solid stories. 50-year-old man abuses senior abuses a girl of 3 years. Father abuses daughter. Such stuff that you think will never happen. They belong to the world of what was that village that Lot came from? Not in the Bible.
Sodom.
So you think that they start from Sodom and Gomorrah. They are happening right here under noses here in the country. So this state government says no, that will not happen in this state. We must stamp out every thing that has to do with sexual assault on the female gender or violence against the female gender. So that's what that effort is all about. And the center is doing very well, rounding up people and ensuring that perpetrators of such hideous crimes don't go scot-free. Thank you.
It's all right. I think it's time to call out.
Open the phone lines. Yeah, we'll just use a few seconds because we don't have much time. The number to dial is 0814 299 1448. 0814 299 1448. Just call in and be as brief as possible. The line is open.
let's go to calling Honorable Commissioner. About 26 road projects are currently under contract across the states. This one is coming as a surprise because we are used to the narration that once it's rainy season, nothing happens in terms of road construction. But it seems that even this administration is not deterred by the rains. Are you expecting much?
Yeah, sure. The road contracts are there. We have about 26.
All right, your call has just come in. Hello. Good morning to you. Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
My name is Dr. Charles Ogbuaghi.
Okay, welcome. Where are you calling from?
From Omagenda,
Okay, go ahead.
I greet Honorable Commissioner.
Dr. Ogbuaghi, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. I greet all of you there.
Welcome.
Once again, I want to appreciate the government of our dear governor, Dr. Alex Oti, that is doing very, very well. Alongside with the heads, honestly, we cannot thank you enough. And people are all over the place acknowledging what the administration is doing. We are praying hard that God will give all of you, the governor, all the commissioners, all the heads, good health and wisdom to continue piloting the affairs of this state. The mighty name of Jesus.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
also want to tell the Honorable Commissioner that something also happened last week, which you have not captured now, maybe because you did not feature it last edition. Talking about 34 inmates at the state government agents to write first leaving school certificate examination and all that. The one would like you to also tell us more on that because a lot of us would like to hear that. Oh, thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
Okay. I did talk about it last week when I had my estate briefing. But I wasn't able last week due to the very busy schedule we had during the past week. But having said that, I guess you're referring to the 19 inmates from Omar Correctional Center and 15 from Kaba Custodial Center who participated in the certificate exams. More than that, 34 people altogether. And what that speaks to is the fact that this state government places so much premium, very high premium on education. I know how this program about adult education, about it has to do with those who are not opportune when they are much younger to get some good education. So you can see it's not just about the pupils who are, or the children who are in nursery or primary school, secondary school, and tertiary institutions where the educational journey expressed to people who are those who could not get early education, and to those people who, for what reasons, are confined behind bars, who are in the correctional centers. And the idea is to begin the process of, it's rightly called correctional centers. So the idea is to begin from that point to begin to rehabilitate them. So that by the time they get their freedom and come back to society, they'll be useful to themselves and to society. So that's a program that has been well designed by the State Ministry of Education, basic and secondary education, with tacit support from His Excellency. And then continue to reach out people in far places that are young, old, to try them for the future. And nobody can take advantage of the future without education. So that's what that speech chart approved by. Thank you very much.
All right. So you can continue with the answer to the question.
I wonder what else you want me to say. I'll say,
I think the one that was posed to you by the DG.
and what was I talking about?
Road construction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. This government is very intentional about road construction. I know the strategic needs of those in our social and economic development agenda. So, this government will never stop roads, whether dry or rainy seasons. In rainy seasons, construction pace slows down, just like it has happened during this period. But they didn't turn up and leave. They still, carrying out, doing some work. Believing that in another few weeks as well, the dry season will set in and they will quicken their pace to gain ground for the next rainy season. The whole idea is to connect every part of the state so that people can move around on well-planned roads. I know it's not just about construction of new roads. We have our zero pothole policies. Yes, whereby any pothole they do in an area, one noticed the director group doing some works, moving close the roads.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Milo, speaking with. Where are you calling from? Okay, so go ahead. Oh no, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're welcome. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay,
thank you, Mr. Onomasike. The only thing holding them is the need for perfection. The need to be sure that the right people are paid. Between when the previous government stopped paying gratuities, came quite a lot has happened, the number of people died, and all that. So this process of trying to reconcile the accounts, the papers, and you can take it to the bank. I believe in another fortnight, gratuities to be paid. And it's some will begin to notice a lot, in their accounts. So I guess your question is timely. But I hear formally to announce that all the I's have not been dotted, all the T's have not been crossed. So I can assure you that within a fortnight, we will begin to hear that the state government has started paying gratuity. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello. Good morning to you. Tell us your name. Okay, Mr. where are you calling from? All right, so go ahead.
How you briefly response on weekly on what you have in your area state, and that is we also thank the President of the government for all the years there are no things that they are all but we also want to this opportunity appeal to the executive government that please we've not done all sorts of this government. Let's not matter. Let's not plan over time as well as teachers staff. Enough like the teachers staff. I mean teachers. And launch operation now. And the school will be by massively. We need teachers and education so please look you'll be out there really sounds education. And you understand that. And then bonnet, I know they want to learn, and they want to more
Thank you.
I've been making some complaints and I believe they're going to escalate some of your complaints after everything at the quarters. What I'm causing now is to find that everything cannot be done at the same time for the community. There must be something that one community. The roles are being built in equal number of them being built in some other areas. For some other areas, it's schools. For some national things are basic, some communities are basic. And those basic ones are being provided. The ESCs that were provided for everyone. I'm sure you've had yours. I don't know how many that like. But whether you had yours, because that was every other one. Every other one states, and 184 was states. So everybody there. Some of our facilities have been full. The issue of teachers for your so I don't even know the one you actually need. Is it teaching staff or teaching staff? I guess what they're not teaching staff. So I guess I'm advising for now. Try and articulate what your community is lacking. And challenge it to the local government through the council. Let it start there. The council may have a better way to your requirements. And you coming during times that it's a very good movement. I don't mean the ultimate way to have some issues attended to. Because when you go through your chairman, there's this idea that you'll be hands-on with such requests, and they have more leverage when you come here to seek for solutions to issues and immediate. So that's my advice. Granted, I've had, you said, before now, calling in and making conference. That must be a way out. When they say something you do same result. If you keep doing it, then people will begin to do something. So instead of being on this issue over and over again, I would advise you change your methodology. That's it to challenge these things to your knowledge. We should do so. If you come to the program and you inform me that you done so, equality, people have done so formally. Fine. I don't know how to articulate it. We just what you know when they want to. Sure. that remains true that we are going to independent. And if somebody go back to the local government to ensure or to follow up. It might not be easy for you to follow up your commitment. They can follow up your local government manager. That's my advice. Having said that, all the issues raised in agenda, on the issue of broadband, we have a program with AT&T, and that program is about 90% completion now. When the broadband project is on, when it becomes operational, even far-flung community, getting internet connectivity. So that's the program and state government with TMTN and implementing around the state. At the last count, I learned that they've done up to 90%. And between hand now, they've added another 45%. So that when they hit 100%, that program there will come on. And once it comes on stream, you can stay in the comfort of your home in some far-flung place like Old and you have internet connectivity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's really shown that you have information. Thank you for the information. But I would like to ask this question because very pertinent. We are going to enter the campaign period, the campaign season, whatever you call it. What are your words of advice to the people of Abia?
Well, I will advise Zambians to shine their eyes. Quite a lot has happened as Abia State has passed 3 years plus. It's 3.5 years. And Abians have never had it so good. My advice would be that they don't allow themselves to be taken back to Egypt. We have left Egypt. Abians don't want to go back to. And those of them who want to go back to Egypt, we wish them well. But the majority of us have moved on. And we want what is happening in these states to continue, so that Abians will enjoy their good living in resources and rights as citizens of Nigeria. So on that note, I want to thank our listeners, thank those who have called in to interact with us, and thank all of you here in the studio. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Commissioner, and I hope to see you next week.
All right. So I just want to tell our listeners to be good citizens.
Right. On behalf of the radio and our statisticians, and for the FM, David also sent next to my phone.